Welcome to my real estate video series, Real Talk Wholesale Real Estate without the fluff. Now, what I intend to do in this video series is tell you the truth. I'm not going to take anybody to the woodshed because my perspective may be sincerely different from theirs. But what I do know is I was a top business coach for Tony Robbins and Chet Holmes for years, and I know systems. I've been involved in real estate since 2016, and I know what works and doesn't. I've been around people involved in real estate since the early 2000s or even before. And everybody who's anybody will say the right thing, is that the strategies have got to be updated. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about those 2012 strategies in a 2025 market. And why do I mean that? And I've seen this a lot, is people up front, the gurus, typically are not in the field executing. Not all of them. Nobody's saying they are. So you've got to be discerning on the people that you choose to listen to. Because it is not uncommon for gurus to ignore automation, particularly artificial intelligence, digital lead funnels. Sometimes they'll teach outdated tactics, such as abandoned signs, door knocking. And why is that outdated? Because the technology world has changed everything. Does it mean that it doesn't happen? Absolutely not, because I've tried it. I've done it. I've actually done that. And what I found is I'm frustrated way more than I feel fulfilled by that strategy. So obviously I want to connect and get together with people who actually want to sell their houses. That doesn't mean that you can't run into people like that. You do. Many times there's no mention of the right kind of CRM integration. And I've seen that firsthand. And you've got to be able to scale your business. Now, that doesn't mean when you first get into it that you shouldn't be doing, because I've talked about this a lot on my videos of fundamentals. Driving, calling, and connecting. But in this video series, we're going to explore the ways to be even more successful. And it is often true that the upfront people, not the practitioners, but the upfront people, will sell hype, not systems. The result, you get excited, you get in, you get many times overwhelmed by upsells. Not always, but many times. And it can cause trouble. The truth of the matter is, and the internet, artificial intelligence, will all agree on the same thing, that most real estate guru training is outdated because it relies on obsolete strategies that look good, sound good, but do they really work? And I would just say this, if you have somebody who's training you, test it. And then let me know. Direct message me, 951-847-0116, because I have been involved with people who've trained on strategies that have worked. But as technology has advanced, things have changed. And things need to be updated, not outdated. So here's a breakdown of the evidence and the key reasons why much of today's guru-led real estate training fails to deliver. First thing, that through research, and I've done extensive research on this, is there's outdated models and strategy, as we talked before. Many gurus still teach 2000s era tactics. So why would that be? Generally, it would stand to reason that they're not practitioners out in the field. The tactics include cold calling, abandoned sides. Boy, have I been there and done that. Generic wholesaling scripts that don't reflect today's digital-first landscape. RSI Media actually did a study on that, and that's what they came up with. Training often ignores modern lead generation tools like AI-driven CRM. See, that's changed the game completely. So the key is to collaborate and lean into people who really know what they're doing. mobile onboarding, data-backed marketing target, all of these kinds of things are very important because so many YouTubers who have been trained in wholesale real estate, and then our other students who've actually gone to seminars and paid the money, but with training that is outdated. And all I would say to anybody who considers himself a guru is update your training, and you got nothing to worry about. Often you'll get the one-size-fits-all content around a lot of the hype, but it fails to address regional differences. I'm here in Tulsa, Oklahoma right now, filming this, and this is one of the houses that I have under contract. Now, there's significant regional differences here in Tulsa from even somewhere where you think Midwest, it's pretty close, Wichita, Kansas. Why is that? There's a lot of gentrification going on here in Tulsa, which means that you get a lot of boarded up, vacant, just plain ugly or close, like the one I just showed you. And then you have something like that across the street. And that happens a lot in these areas. Now, it depends on the zip code. You've got to know your areas very, very well. But one of the keys is to drop in. A lot of people want to do wholesaling virtually. But unless you're really connected with the area, it doesn't work. Eventually, I teach it. I would say it does. But you've got to get into that. Often when you go to these seminars, you're going to get a one-size-fits-all content. Fails to adequately address the differences, like from Wichita to Tulsa, up to Omaha, Nebraska, Kansas City. All of these are significantly different and takes somebody dropping in and understanding the area. It fails to address niche strategies like e-recording, virtual closing, digital outreach. Because we're in a digital world, it's going to require a new approach. So, what are the red flags in guru-led seminars? And I'll tell you, I worked with one guru who didn't do this, and I commend him for that, because there wasn't the high-pressure upsell. That's one of them. When you get a high pressure, now it could be argued in the funnel leading to this, there was, and what I'm talking about with that particular guru, to pressure that the offer was going to end soon. I will tell you right now, the offer will never end if you have the ability to pay for it. It won't. Something can always be worked out. But you got high pressure upsells, vague promises. That's a big one. Many seminars push expensive coaching packages without offering actionable localized strategies. Realtor.com came up with that. That wasn't for me. And in working for Tony Robbins and Chet Holmes, my responsibility was to source that expensive coaching package. We actually gave clients who bought Tony and Chet's big video series a month of free coaching. Now, as coaches, we could coach as long as we wanted to. What were we willing to leverage to get clients? Well, I was able to be by far the top coach in the company, revenue producing, for a period of 2 or 3 years. And 1 year, I was the actual money greatest revenue producer. And that was because I produced what I said I would. And that's a big thing. If you're looking for packages, don't sign it until you see the actionable issues that are going to make you money. Often with gurus, there's lack of transparency, real world application, and that is so true, folks. It's because they're busy spending most of their time up in front making the money. The first thing you should ask is, I want you or your company to show me how many deals he's done or she's done. and check through that. Some guru haven't done deals in years or rely on recycled success stories from past markets. Now again, my source is realtor.com. No accountability or follow-up systems. Once the seminar ends, most attendees are left without support, tech, integration, or legal guidance. Now, the company I came from, that's not the case because I wouldn't have been part of it if it did. We spent a lot of time leaning into group coaching. But the problem with group coaching is that you don't have individual accountability. Unless you have that, you're going to struggle. And that's what we found to be true. Some people, some of our students were just superstars and they didn't need the individual accountability. Many struggled with it and would have greatly benefited. So there's been an industry shift. And that's what you got to look for. What's actually working in 2025? Well, there's AI-powered training systems now outperform the traditional methods with 40% faster onboarding, 25% higher productivity for agents using structured digital platforms. And that's just the facts. Modern teams succeed by adapting to tech mobile workflows, personalized outreach, not following outdated scripts or seminar hype. Again, RSI Media. Real estate investing now demands legal agility, and that's really true. Boy, you got to know what the laws are in each state. And not just hear that there's a workaround, understand the workaround. Now, I can help you with that. You've direct messaged me at 951-847-0116. I got workarounds in writing for each state. Real estate investing now demands that legal agility, digital branding, regional adaptation, and that's all true. How I approach Tulsa is much different than I'm going to approach Wichita. And most guru programs don't cover that because they don't have the right kind of resourcing for it. And then there's community insight. Even experienced investors on platforms like Reddit warn newcomers about the flood of self-proclaimed gurus who offer flashy content but lack substance or current market relevance. You want to make sure that you're working with somebody who's in the field. Like this. Now, this house we actually have under contract. It has old marketing, so I'm not bragging about the marketing. The flags are beat up. The grass is long, but this house is at the title agent right now, working it out. We have it under contract. So we're excited about that. We're going to get this thing sold and using updated tactics, relevant strategies. So here's what I'd encourage you to do. This is not a bang on the guru. What it is test the guru. Just because they say it, look to see if they're actually doing it. Look and see if there's customer recommendations. Look and see if there's any action on that. And read what other people say. Look and see if they give you any kind of ability to actually connect with people and talk to them. Some do, some don't. It really depends who the person is. But there are a lot of opportunities there to get into the right situation. Now, I have over 15 years of coaching. I've done a lot of real estate. I know what I'm doing. DM me, John Sarver at 951-847-0116. And let's have a conversation about how I can help you. We look forward to this video training series. Thank you for listening to the first one, Real Talk, Wholesale Real Estate Without the Fluff. And we'll see you on video number 2.